نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So yesterday, we kind of did an overview of Surah Al-Masad or Surah Lahab. So a little recap. Who was Abu Lahab? Yes, Sarah?
Abu Lahab was Prophet Muhammad's uncle, and he didn't like, he and his wife did not like Prophet Muhammad. So and they're like very rude and mean to him. So this surah is like, whoever reads it, Abu Lahab and his wife will be cursed.
Cursed forever until the day of
forever
judgment.
until the day of judgment.
That's right. Okay, so let's do a few facts about Abu Lahab. So first, Abu Lahab was Prophet Muhammad's uncle. Anybody knows his real name? Okay, so his real name was Abdul Uzza.
So then why is it Abu Lahab now?
Good question. What do you think?
Is it because it means, does Lahab mean like have a bad meaning in his name?
So like there were a few that we started calling, like for example, Abu Jahl was another person who was very against Islam. There was a culture at the time of Arabs where they would not take the real name too often. They would call people with their what they call kunya. So no, Rohan, Uzza is not that Uzza. Uzza is actually, there was an idol in Kaaba, and that idol was called Uzza. So Abdul Uzza, what the mean? The word Abdul means Abd. We did that. Remember? Abdullah. Who's Abdullah? Yes, Zara. Abdullah. What does Abdullah mean?
I don't know what Abdullah means, but I know a lot of people need Abdullah. But doesn't Abd mean you or something, or you worship?
No. Abd means slave. Okay, so Abdullah means slave of Allah. Abdul Uzza means slave of Uzza. So his name was actually the very wrong name. So he was the wrong person, but yeah, his name was also very wrong. That means he was a slave of an idol. So that was his real name. Okay, so yeah, we were there when we were talking about that. People would, a lot of times, that was a very common thing to do, was to call people with something which we call kunya. Now, what is a kunya? Number one, mostly people would like to keep a kunya with the name of their sons. Like, for example, if somebody has a son named Omar, that person will start calling himself, or other people will start calling himself Abu Umar. That was a kunya. Okay. There were sometimes people would have certain qualities, and that is the most common one, you know, calling somebody by the name of their eldest son. That was the most common kunya that people would have. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ also, yes, go ahead.
Was it for daughters who were just sons?
Say that again.
No, I think I answered my own question because they're boys, and yeah.
I actually did not really understand, probably. But yeah, anyways. So I was saying that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ also had a kunya, and he had a son. His son's name was Qasim. So people would call him Abu Qasim, but then his son passed away. So I don't know if people actually call with the same kunya after, you know, the person passes away, that's what I don't know. But yeah, Prophet ﷺ did have this kunya Abu Qasim. Another reason that some people may have a kunya was if somebody is an expert in something, people would start calling you. Abu means father of, you know, dad of. So Abul Qasim means father of Qasim. So like, for example, if somebody is an expert in something, they would start calling him father of that thing. The example is Hazrat Abu Bakr. Bakr means camels. Abu Bakr because he knew a lot about camels. And at those days and those times, camels were like, you know, something that people were really fond of. You know, they would be used in sports, and they would be used to traveling. So horses and camels, the knowledge of those was something that was really liked. You know, just like these days we have knowledge of cars. You know, everybody would like to know which models, which cars, what next is coming up. Similarly, at that time, people used to have knowledge of camels and horses. So Hazrat Abu Bakr had so much knowledge of different types and brands. Or even now, if you see those who like to have dogs, I mean, there's so much knowledge some people have about their breed and their, I don't know, a lot of things. So similarly, at that time, people, those who had, like as Abu Bakr had knowledge of those, so we used to call him, we still call him Abu Bakr. His real name was Abdullah, I think. Okay, so now what is Abu Lahab then? Lahab means fire. Abu Lahab, father of fire. That was his kunya even before Prophet Muhammad came. Why? Because there are usually two reasons that people tell. One, he was, unlike other people, his complexion was very reddish. You know, usually people who live in the desert, of course, Arab was a desert, people would not have that fair complexion. But he had a very, you know, whitish and reddish skin. So he was called Abu Lahab because he would be like, you know, as if the colors of fire. His skin was like that. The other reason is also that he was extremely short-tempered. That's also why people call him Abu Lahab. You know, talking to him is as if playing with fire. So that was another reason why he was called Abu Lahab. Okay, so these are the two facts that we have about Abu Lahab. What else? Let me think. His two sons were, some say, about to get married to Prophet ﷺ's two daughters. Some people say they were already married to two of his daughters. And then when Islam came, he asked his sons or ordered his sons to divorce, and they did. So that was another pain that he caused to Prophet Muhammad by, you know, by divorcing his daughters. When Prophet Muhammad's son passed away, you know, even if somebody who has an enemy, you really, really, really don't like that person, but that person goes through something like, you know, death of a child, you're not happy for that person. But Abu Lahab was that person. He was so low that he actually was so happy, and he celebrated the death of Prophet Muhammad's son. So that was another thing about him. His wife was also extremely against Prophet Muhammad, and they used to live very close to Prophet Muhammad's house. Like their house was really, really close to their house. And that's why he would get ample opportunities to give pain and, you know, put hurdles in Prophet Muhammad's way. Okay, so I think those were a few facts that I wanted to tell. Now let's start doing our translation. Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most kind. Okay. Tabbat. The word tabbat means perish or break. Yada. Yada is a basically double of the word yad, and yad means hand. So there's an interesting thing in Arabic. We have just like in English, we have a singular and we have plurals, right? So singular means one and plural means more than one. In Arabic, we actually have three. We have one, something, if there's one, we have another word for things that are two in number, and then we have a plural. So we have wahid, which is singular. We have tasniya, which is two, and then we have jama, which is many or plural. Okay, so yada is for two hands. Abi Lahab, we can write down here, Abu Lahab. Watab. Wa means and. Tab. If you say tab is the same word that we have right here. Tabbat. Tabbat yada means perish his hands, and tab and perish he himself. Okay. So if you want to write the complete translation, okay, clear? Yes, Zara?
Just to make sure I have the right surah, is it the surah underneath the one that we just finished that has two lines?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so may the hands of Abu Lahab perish or break, and he himself. Okay, why his hands? Just we talked about, Abu Lahab and everything about him. His hands, why his hands perish? And yes, Zara?
Is it because he used his hands to do bad stuff to Prophet Muhammad salam?
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, he used his hands in a lot of things. So his hands, first thing that, that does these things are the hands. You do things with your hands. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, may his hands perish. And he himself, this is like both. One, may, sometimes you curse, you say, oh, may Allah, this thing happens to you. That's this. As well, it is kind of a confirmation that this will happen. I mean, his hands are going to perish and he himself is going to perish, not only in the on the day of judgment, but it is said that he died a very, very painful death, in a way that he got a disease where some kind of, things happen on your body, things appear on your body, and it was contagious. So nobody would even come near to him. And he died, just like that, kind of just like, he actually perished. So he died a pretty painful death. Yes, Zara?
Do you know what the disease was?
Like, Just like those which are contagious and things, I don't remember the name of the disease, but it's like when there are things appear on your body.
Oh, chicken pox?
Kind of like that. Yes,
like
you
a
can say
rash.
that. Yeah. Yeah, rash is very simple.
Oh, okay,
Rashes
thank
go
you.
away. Yeah, it was more than, I would say chicken pox could be a better, example saying that. Okay. Next ayah. Ma, here the meaning of ma will be not. Aghna, avail. Anhu, him. Maluhu. Maluhu, mal is one word, who is the pronoun. Malhu means his wealth. Mal, even like, we say this word for usually money, but mal can be, yeah, but mal can be any wealth, property, all those things, anything that cars, anything that you have, your, what do you call your wealth? Basically, mal is the wealth. Wealth includes not only money, but, other things as well. Or you can use the word assets. Whatever assets you have, that's your mal. So the who is for his. Wama, and not. Kasaba. Kasaba means to earn. It's going to be and not he. Actually here, instead of not, and what he earned is going to make sense here.
Emma joined.
Say it again.
Emma joined.
Yeah, she knows. She's the person that let me in.
Yes. Okay, now
Actually, the first sentence, may the hands of Abu Lahab perish, and he perished. You actually supposed to have he too perish.
Okay, let's do that.
I remember that from the episode yesterday. I'm pretty sure.
You're right.
Or maybe he himself perish.
Yeah, that's what so basically there usually sometimes little change when you make a sentence out of it. Word to word is sometimes slightly different than, the actual sentence. Okay, so let's make a sentence of this one. Who can try?
Can I try? Okay, not avail him and his wealth, and what his not avail him.
Come on, yes, it's okay. His wealth will not avail him. His wealth will not benefit him. His wealth
and what he earned, and what he earned.
And what he earned. Good.
It's a bit hard to figure out the sentence because the meanings are so jumbled.
Yes, that's exactly what happens, when you do word to word in a different language. So words are jumbled and then we make the sentence. But it is important to know the meaning of each word as well. No, so that's why we first do the word to word and then we make the sentence. Okay. So what is his wealth? Zara?
Like how much money he had, like gold and money and treasures.
All the treasure that he had. And it is said that he was quite a wealthy person. He had a lot of money. So why it did not, it is even said that at the time of Badr, the battle of Badr, he did not want to go and fight himself. So he actually paid somebody to go in his, somebody who was not at all interested in going to fight. He gave him, I don't know how much, 1,000 dinar, or I don't know how much, but he paid him to go and fight on his behalf. So that's how much wealthy he was. Not many people were wealthy at that time, Prophet ﷺ, but he was. Okay, and his wealth did not avail him or benefit him. Why his wealth did not benefit him?
Because maybe what do you call it?
I know.
He was a disbeliever, and so in the end, he couldn't like pay anybody to like save his life.
Yeah.
Can I add something onto that?
Yeah, go ahead.
His wealth will not help him because and to get into heaven, your wealth doesn't help you. It's how much good deeds and like how much you obeyed Allah. And he was like a disbeliever.
Is this for Abu Lahab only?
No, this is for like all disbelievers and people who are bad. And the people who think that their wealth will help them and everything.
Anybody else disagree with Zara? Like, this is for Abu Lahab or disbelievers, not for believers?
It's for believers too.
It doesn't have to necessarily be for Abu Lahab, because it could be for any of the disbelievers, because in the end they're gonna go to hell anyway. So
yeah, it's kind of like the disbelievers and Abu Lahab.
Okay.
Yeah, Abu Lahab is a disbeliever.
What about us? Like, okay, because we are reading Quran, right? Disbelievers are not even reading Quran. What we need to learn from this. So is that true for us, that our wealth is not going to help us in any way?
Yeah, for us too.
Yeah.
For us too. Who else? Anybody disagrees? Come on. I don't know. Inaya and Saif, Shees and Alicia, Rohan, Sumaya, and Zara already said that. Okay. Anyone disagrees? Okay, so you all are saying that even for us, our wealth is not going to benefit us at all, right? Yes?
Oh, wait, I can add to that technically now that you pointed it out.
Okay, okay, hang on a second, Riz. Okay, I think Rohan does disagree. Yes, Rohan?
So you said that the wealth, well, I guess the wealth will benefit us in this world. However, since nothing from this world except for our good actions and our bad actions will go to us in the hereafter, it won't matter in the hereafter.
No, but Rohan, the wealth also benefited him in the world, Abu Lahab as well, right? So it did benefit him, right? But then eventually it did not benefit because, he could not prevent death from his wealth, right? So, yeah, but I'm asking, what about the believers? Is their wealth going to benefit them in any way? I think she's or Alicia was also saying something.
I was gonna say something, but I just found the answer to it.
Okay. Okay. So kind of, I do disagree with this thing. For disbelievers, yes, their wealth is not going to benefit them. But if Muslims have wealth, and we haven't gone to the second part of it, Wama Kasab, what he earned. What is what he earned? That's what we're going to talk about inshallah tomorrow. But It depends how you spend your wealth. If you spend your wealth in a way that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then why not? It is going to benefit us on the day of judgment. Your wealth, our wealth, can be a means to earn reward for us. But for disbelievers, no matter how much they do, how many good deeds they do from their wealth, they spend their money on poor, it's not going to benefit them. Even if they do it, why? Because they did not do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the first place. They did not do it to earn reward for the first place. And this is something I think we need more time to talk about. But yes, that if our intention is to earn reward from our wealth, we spend our wealth in a way that we want to earn reward, whether we spend it on poor people, whether we spend it on our own family. Any good deed that we do using our wealth in order with the intention that we want to earn reward, it is going to benefit us. Yes, Zara?
Can I do an example? Can I say like a quick example of like the intention and wealth thing? Or do we not have enough time?
Did you get, we do have, yeah, actually we don't have time actually. We are almost to our time. How about we do it, we start with you tomorrow?
Monday.
Monday, yes. So did you get my point?
Yes.
Yes, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that was something that I was trying that, you know, I want to get you to that point, but alhamdulillah. So inshallah, we will finish this ayah tomorrow about, we did not still go to this point of what he earned. What does that mean? Like, you know, is wealth not what he earned? Is this something else? So we're going to talk about that inshallah on Monday. Okay, jazakallah khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.